Investors have been looking forward to a report of major importance, the US CPI for June. In fact, the actual data is much worse than expected. The annual inflation rate accelerated to 5.4% in June from 5% in May. This is the sharpest inflation growth in the US since August 2008. Experts had projected a downtick to 4.9%. The CPI rose to 0.9% on month. In light of the news, the US dollar jumped sharply in response. This reaction was predicted in case of stronger than expected inflation. What about the benchmark stock indexes? We will present the forecast a bit later. Now let's discuss what is going on in the US stock market. Yesterday, the S&P 500 climbed to new historic highs. The index has gained almost 2% in 2 trading days. Now it's trading at near 4,384 points. It's expected to hold in the channel of 4,340 to 4,400 points. Notably, yesterday the key stock indexes were trading higher before the crucial inflation data for June. In other words, investors were ready to buy stocks even despite risks of rampant inflation and the prospects of tightening monetary policy by the US Fed. The question is whether market sentiment will turn sour in the face of high consumer inflation. Let's discuss how the US dollar index is trading at the moment. According to the chart, it's trading inside the channel of 91.80 to 92.60. However, the fresh evidence of runaway inflation sent the US currency gyration. So we have to revise our forecast. The US dollar index is set to trade in the wider corridor of 92.40 to 92.60 tomorrow. Meanwhile, the USD CAD pay is still trapped in the range at about 1.2460. The borders of the range are seen at 1.2350 and 1.2590. The currency pair is expected to extend the borders in case of sharp swings in oil prices or the US dollar. Now, let's speak about the news on the cryptocurrency front. Two important events for the crypto market will take place in the coming months. First, shares in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust purchased in January will be unlocked soon. Immediately, almost 40,000 bitcoins worth $1.4 billion will be released. This will be a new headwind for the flagship cryptocurrency. And second, Ethereum's long-awaited London hard fork is likely to launch on August 4. Obviously, these events are bearish for Bitcoin's value. Today, it has shot another $1,000. Currently, a breakout of the support level at about 30,000 could set the crypto market in motion. Such a price action will entail massive sell-offs. Then the price could either continue falling or reverse upwards. To sum up, consumer inflation in the United States alarmed investors by stronger than expected growth. The annual CPI has locked the fastest growth in the last 13 years. The reason for the high inflation is that American businesses are lagging behind beyond domestic demand. Another factor is the recovery of prices of airfares, hotels, car rental, entertainment and leisure. All these services were badly braced in 2020 amid the pandemic. In this context, the stock indexes could lose ground a bit, but the US dollar has found support. You were watching Forex Market News on InstaForex TV channel. We wish you profitable deals and have a nice trading with InstaForex. See you!